Welcome back, mon ami, and to Judge Romulus's courtroom. This is the trial of Prince Juan Querido, who stands accused of murdering Major Howl and conspiring to murder the king himself. Roll call!
The defense is present and ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Good, very good. I expect it to be a nice, speedy trial. I don't want to see this dragged out by technicalities and bureaucracy.
Well said, Your Honor. I expect that once the court sees the overwhelming evidence, this trial will be over in 5 minutes. 5 minutes?
He's just messing with your head, Falcon. Keep it together. So, we're all on the same page. Excellent. Prosecutor, please call your first witness to the stand.
Very well. I call the police officer who investigated the crime scene. I call upon Inspector Juste Volerty.
Step up to the stand, Inspector, and recite the oath. Now I have to remember his voice.
I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Please recite your name and occupation for the court record. My name is Inspector Juste Volerty. I'm a servant to the law, a scourge on the gutter rats. That will do, Inspector. We've all heard your monologue before.
Cocorico's really going for a speed record, isn't he? I really Aussied up that Cocorico.
Now, can you tell us what you witnessed on the morning of the 7th of January?
Of course! At 10 o'clock!
Oh. At 10 o'clock in the morning, I was called.
Oh, these voices! No.
You gotta be French. You gotta be French. At 10 o'clock in the morning, I was called to the Louvre's Grand Gallery by one of the King's Royal Guards.
Did he just say, "Oh, cluck"?
There, I saw Prince Juan, King Louis Philippe, and a dozen of Major Howl. The corpse of Major Howl with a rose in hand, and around 24 citizens. The citizens and the king himself all attest to seeing Major Howl taking the rose from Prince Juan's hand, and then promptly dropping dead.
And what did the morgue uncover upon examination of the corpse?
The coroner determined with absolute certainty that Major Howl died of poisoning. Aside from a prick upon his finger, there was no sign of external harm to Major Howl's body. Therefore, the poisoned rose must have been the cause of death.
Putting the pieces together, that does seem very implicative of the prince. I have no further questions.
Damn, I was hoping the coroner's report would determine that the guy died from a fake heart attack or something.
That would make for a particularly speedy trial, wouldn't it? But now we aren't so lucky. Something else must be amiss in the old bird's testimony.
Right, I'll tear it apart. Your Honor, I wish to cross-examine the witness. Falcon, wasn't it? Don't waste the court's time. A high-ranking police officer would never lie on the witness stand. I wouldn't accuse the inspector of lying. I just want to make sure that every base is properly covered. This sounds like pointless nitpicking to me, but I'll allow it. For now. Go on, Falcon, do your cross-examination. Oh, select a statement to question.
We can ask him about the o'clock. I'm pretty sure that the court is not going to like that. Okay, 24 citizens is suspicious because someone else might have done it. But really, it's died of poisoning, and we do have some chocolate wrappers from the Hagelschlag. There we go. Wait, but no, that makes sense. Yeah, because we asked Hagelschlag if Major Howl had been there to buy any chalk, and he said he hadn't. So someone else must have bought the chalk for him. Nathan, he's an arrogant ass. Oh, jeez. It's okay, I can call him an ass when I'm being literal. This game is the best. Okay. So I'm gonna say poisoning because something else could have caused the poisoning. I mean, like, look at his rose. Look at his rose. The thorns rose supposedly covered in poison. Has anybody tested that? I don't think so.
Inspector, you said that the coroner determined with certainty that Major Hal was killed by poison. Correct. He stated the signs and symptoms were textbook. There is no possibility that his death was natural.
What kind of poison was it?
He was not certain. At first the coroner posited there was a plant-borne poison like that of the aconite flower. But when he learned how fast the poison had taken effect, he noted that this was atypical of aconite. Consequently, he suggested it may have been some newly engineered concoction.
A newly engineered poison, you say? Well, this only reaffirms that this was a very deliberate assassination attempt.
Indeed.
Do you have another question about the poison? Yeah. Wow, was he poisoned?
How exactly was Major Hal poisoned? What was the delivery mechanism? His finger was pricked by the poisoned rose. He even commented out loud about it seconds before dying. All 22 citizens, 22, you said 12, who witnessed the murder, attested to seeing and hearing this. Is there any possibility that he was poisoned by something else?
What an absurd thing to ask, JJ. You just heard that 22 people saw the victim prick his finger and die. What are you suggesting? That the pricked finger had no relation to the poisoning?
That's exactly what I'm saying. I don't doubt that Mr. Hal was poisoned, but I do doubt that the rose was the cause.
Unbelievable. Only a total buffoon would fail to draw the blatant link here. JJ, as tempting as it is to sit here and lecture you on the basics of cause and effect, I'll end this discussion painlessly. Inspector, please tell the defense that you found traces of poison on the thorns of the rose itself. That should alleviate all doubts that the rose was, in fact, the poison delivery mechanism.
Actually, I can't tell him that.
Dots. I dread to ask, but why not?
We didn't check the rose for traces of poison. It just seemed obvious that the rose caused the poisoning given the timing of the incident.
Well, now would be a good time to make a test. Here's a marvelous thought. We prick the finger of the defendant with the rose. If there's no poison on the rose, then Prince 1 lives and he's free to go. If the rose is poisoned, then the prince dies, but that's okay because the punishment would be just and fitting of the crime.
A marvelous suggestion. What is this, a witch trial? This isn't America, Severin. That's not how we do things here.
Calm your feathers, JJ. That was clearly a joke. Maybe. There are far more humane ways of testing for poison. I'm sure the inspector will perform his duty with due diligence. Due diligence.
Actually, we won't be able to test the rose for poison at all.
And why is that?
Given the dangerous nature of the flower, it was destroyed by the police force. We burned it to ashes.
Oh, such unprofessionalism.
If we have no way of knowing whether the rose was poisoned, this whole trial ought to be called into question.
Nice try, JJ. But through the process of reasoning by elimination, we can deduce with absolute certainty that the rose was poisoned. In other words, there was nothing else at the crime scene that could have caused the poisoning.
Wrong! There was something else at the crime scene that could have contained poison. Something that the investigative police blindly overlooked. The red herring! Look at this.
And what am I supposed to be looking at?
It is the paper wrapper to a piece of chocolate. It was found in the Louvre. The Salle du Tibre, to be precise. And we can date its consumption to the day of the incident.
You're not suggesting
that Major Hal ate a piece of poisoned chocolate moment before he died? I most certainly am.
Oh, yes. Oh, pretty convincing. Did you see this wrapper at the crime scene for yourself, Inspector? The police force does not have time nor resources to troll every piece of trash at every crime scene, I'm afraid. In other words, you overlooked it. Astounding unprofessionalism.
The prosecution is right to be disgusted with the disgraceful display, Inspector.
I offer my apologies, Your Honor.
I don't want your apologies. I want you to do your damn job properly. Get off the witness podium before I kick you off myself.
As you wish, I'll take my leave. Until next time, messieurs. That's an odd way to spell messieurs.
So let me get this straight. This chocolate wrapper was found at the crime scene.
Correct.
And you have reason to believe that it was consumed on the day of the incident.
I do. I have an expert food tasting witness who is willing to testify if need be.
You have a foodie witness? I don't recall anyone like that. Who on earth are you talking about? Oh, I see.
Huh. But you know for certain that Major Howell consumed this chocolate.
Well, that is a fact we're still investigating.
I see. And do you have evidence that this chocolate was, in fact, poisoned?
Again, something may require a little bit more time to definitively prove.
So then, in actuality, you do not have evidence that Major Howell consumed some poisoned chocolate. Instead, you have a solitary piece of rubbish that you plucked straight out of the gutter. That's weak, even for you, JJ. Let's move things along. I have another witness I would like to summon. He is a man who claims to have had an excellent view of the people going in and out of the Louvre at the time of the incident. I call upon Monsieur Toussaint. Toussaint? Let's go with Toussaint Kingley.
Could the witness please approach the stand and recite the oath?
Hello. Right, the oath. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
And please state your full name and occupation for the court record.
My name is Toussaint Kingley, and I am a person who fishes.
A person who fishes? So you are a fisherman?
Is that how it is? I thought the French system was better than this.
I beg your pardon.
Here comes Toussaint Kingley, the kingfisher. Clearly he must be a fisherman, because, didn't you hear, all kingfishers were fishermen.
Well, you are carrying a fishing rod.
And can a man not carry a fishing rod, reel and bait, without being branded a fisherman? Look, the prosecutor is carrying a riding crop. Clearly he must be a horse jockey.
Oh, for pity's sake, fine. Fine, we can list your occupation as a person who fishes, not a fisherman.
Thank you.
Actually, why do you carry a riding crop, Seven? I've never seen you ride a horse.
I don't know, JJ. Why do you, a 30-something-year-old with no health problems, carry a cane?
This is veering quite far off the course. Could the prosecution please get back to his questions?
Of course, Your Honor. Monsieur Kingley, is it true that you were nearby the Louvre at the time of the incident?
Well, yes. I was sitting upon the railing of the Pont de Arch.
The Pont de Arch? That's a new bridge that's just a stone's throw from the Louvre south entrance, correct?
That's right.
And what were you doing at the time of the incident?
I was fishing.
Kingfishers, am I right, Falcon?
So you had plenty of opportunity to see the people who entered and exited the palace. Can you tell us who you saw?
Well, the Louvre is a busy place. Naturally, I saw a lot of people. But at 9 AM, I saw the king, Louis Philippe himself, enter the building. He was surrounded by his entourage, of course. Then, around 9:30 AM, I saw this shifty-looking fox lurking around the entrance.
Your Honor! I object to the witness' use of the term shifty-looking. It's a vague and biased description.
No, really, he looked super shifty. I saw him rubbing his paws and cackling gleefully. And then I saw him take out a rose and carefully rub the stem.
Rub the stem of a rose, you say? As if you were applying something to the flower, perhaps?
Well, monsieur, I really shouldn't speculate.
Oh, of course, it was wrong of me to ask such a leading question.
But yeah, it definitely looked like he was putting some kind of powder in the stem.
Wow, even I wasn't expecting such a bold admission. Members of the court, it sounds like what we have here is the direct witness of the defendant readying the murder weapon. The defense claims that the rose was never poisoned, and yet here we have a man who saw the poison with his own eyes.
Or small perjury.
You do?
No question. He saw a shifty-looking criminal readying poison and cackling innocent crime. That's not believable at all.
I think you might be right. I wonder if we have any evidence that calls the son's story into doubt. Perhaps we should check the bloody...
I was super light on evidence this time, man. Really, really light on evidence. Okay, so... Oh! He came in from the west entrance. Wrong button.
Your Honor! I would like to cross-examine the witness!
Really? This nonsense again. You just heard the witness directly describe your client raining poison on the rose. What is there to question?
I'm just trying to uncover the truth, Your Honor.
Bah! Fine. Do your thing. Go on, Falcon. Go make a fool out of yourself.
Select a statement to question. Go for. Sitting at a pond art. Shifty looking fox lurking around the entrance. Okay, so this... He's just lying straight up, obviously. But the thing is, he's lying about having seen this fox at all, because the fox came from the west entrance, and this was from the south entrance. Boom! The question is, which statement contradicts that? It's either pond d'art or shifty looking fox. I'm gonna go with shifty looking fox because that's where he saw... Because, okay, the King's entourage definitely entered the building through that entrance. That's fine. But the fox entered from a different entrance. And his name is Vulp, which I guess just means like dog or something. Whatever. But yes, so he came in through the west entrance, not the south entrance, which means this statement must be incorrect.
Monsieur Kingsley, you claim that you saw a shifty-looking fox?
Yep, super mega shifty.
All foxes are shifty-looking.
Okay, this was the wrong... Never mind.
No, nothing more about shifty-looking fox. The Pont d'Art. Monsieur Kingsley, you say you were sitting among the railings of the Pont d'Art at the morning of the incident.
Yes.
What entrances can you see from that bridge? You had a good view of the Louvre's south entrance, didn't you?
Well, yes. The Pont d'Art is a great vantage point for seeing the Grand Gallery's south side.
What about the other entrances?
The other entrances mean like if you were entering from Tuileries Garden or the Place du Carrousel? No, I could not possibly see those areas from the bridge.
But of course that isn't relevant. Mr. Kingsley witnessed Prince Juan entering the south entrance with flower in hand, and that is what counts.
What if Prince Juan used another entrance? What if he didn't enter from the south entrance? What if he approached the Louvre from the Tuileries Garden?
That is a big what if. Do you have any evidence that Prince Juan entered the Louvre from Tuileries Garden?
As a matter of fact, yes, I do. I have definitive proof. Ooh, pardon me. That Prince Juan approached from the west, not the south.
Bleh, I know what I saw, monsieur.
I'm doubting too. Come on, JJ. Show us this definitive proof that Prince Juan entered from the Louvre. Entered from the Louvre from... Typos, come on people. Entered the Louvre from Tuileries Garden.
Haha! Don Juan! Look at this!
A book page.
Page 44 of Don Quixote specifically. It was found just outside the Louvre's west entrance.
This proves nothing.
I'm not done yet. Take a look at this! Haha!
Don Quixote.
This is the book that Prince Juan has been reading in jail since his arrest. I believe he has had it on his person for some time. And yes, page 44 is missing. That was the first thing I checked. You do realize what this means, don't you, Severin? The defendant was present in the Tuileries Garden prior to entering the Louvre. This also means that in all likelihood...
The defendant entered the Louvre from the west entrance, not the south! He could not possibly have been seen by Monsieur Kingsley from the Pont d'Art.
What? I know what I saw, monsieur.
A fine theory, Falcon, but maybe the defendant took the long way around. One can still travel from Tuileries to the Louvre south entrance by walking along the river. An extra 2 kilometers of walking just to enjoy a pre-murder scenery? Let's not say silly things, Cockrigo. Okay, maybe the defendant deliberately left the page there to mislead the investigation. Now you're the one who's blindly speculating. But it's not blind speculation. Blah. It's a viable hypothesis. You are fond of logic, aren't you, Cockrigo? Let's talk about Occam's razor. When torn between two seemingly equal hypotheses, one must side with the one that bears the fewest assumptions. Which of these theories takes fewer assumptions? 1. The page from Prince Juan's book fell out on his way to the Louvre south entrance. 2. Prince Juan
Wait, west entrance. Did I say south entrance or west entrance? Okay, it should have been west entrance.
2. Prince Juan deliberately planted the page on the off chance it would be discovered, then took the long way around. How dare you? The nerve of you to lecture on me such basic philosophical concepts. I'll stop lecturing you when you stop making such basic mistakes.
Oh, laying the smack down.
Monsieur Falcon, please calm yourself. What is the point of all this yammering?
The ultimate point is that Toussaint's testimony is fabricated, made up, utter fiction.
No, everything I've said is the truth.
I suspect that the witness isn't even a fisherman.
I'm not a fisherman.
See, he admits himself.
That's not what I meant.
Oh, very not bad.
Oh, what is this?
Prosecutor, you have something that will put this arrogant Falcon in his place, don't you?
Wow, this guy is so against me, like super, not even pretending to be neutral. I must concede.
You concede!
On this point, at least, Falcon's evidence strongly suggests that a key component of Monsieur Kingsley's testimony is false.
No!
This does not mean that Prince Juan is innocent, of course. All Falcon has demonstrated is that this particular witness is unreliable.
But I did see something. I really did. Alright, so maybe I didn't exactly see a shifty-looking fox. I made that part of the story up. But I did see a swan looking on the south side on the morning of the murder.
A swan?
Oh, do shut up, witness. Your word is mud at this point. How can we possibly trust anything you have to say?
Your Honor, Judge Romulus, we're out of time. We're 10 minutes overdue to start on the Harvey Troilus trial.
Alright. Kingsley and Cornelius' voices are pretty similar. One is lower than the other. I only need to keep that in mind.
It's that late already, curses! I was hoping we could have the case wrapped up in a single trial session.
Oh, it is a shame, but ultimately an accurate sentencing is always preferable to a speedy sentencing.
Yes, alright, I don't need to hear your moralizing. Court will resume this Friday, the 21st of January at 9 o'clock. Don't be late! Prosecutor, do your damn job and get the stupid fox a conviction already.
I will do my best to ensure that justice is served, Your Honor.
A lot came up in that trial, huh?
Yes, no doubt about that.
But something's bothering me. Why would that fisherman guy, Monsieur Kingsley, lie on a witness stand?
Maybe he was coerced. Coerced or bribed.
That's just what I was thinking. Maybe the real murderer, threatened the fisherman to make up a story about Prince Juan.
Let's keep an open mind. Anything is possible at this stage. But to be perfectly honest, something else is bothering me about the trial.
Well, Judge Bloody Romulus, you see how hostile he was?
Judge Romulus, he's acting without a shred of professionalism. He's obviously more so interested in securing a guilty verdict than he is in discovering the truth. But why?
Maybe it's a vendetta against the Spanish royalty.
I'm not so sure. There must be something else at work here.
Oh, come on, you don't even tell me who it is. How am I meant to know? Let's assume it's Mousy. Oh,
Excuse me, excuse me, Mr. Falcon. Oh no, it's Rabbington. Sorry to bother you, but this letter just arrived. I think it's for you.
A letter for me? I wonder why it wasn't sent to my office.
I've been demoted to courier status, Rupert.
Oh, hush, Sparrowson. I don't need to be pitied by a first-year dropout.
Oh, good comeback. So what does the letter say, Falcon?
It's a threat. A threat made with cut-out newspaper letters.
Whew, I didn't know those things actually existed. Let me see. Falcon, stop your investigation or there will be consequences. Scary.
There is no question that this letter originated from Major Howell's murderer. He or she must be aware that we are getting close to uncovering the truth.
Oh, sounds about right. But why would a person write with cut-out newspaper letters like this?
Marking one's handwriting should be the most common reason. Although I can't help but wonder why they would bother since we don't have any handwriting samples to compare to. Unless we do! Perhaps they just have an odd fascination with scrapbooking.
We're still going ahead with our investigation though, right?
No! Well, yes, of course. Oh, yes, absolutely. If a lawyer were deterred every time they received a threatening letter, they would never get any work done. Besides, with only 3 days before next trial session, we can't afford to be worrying about petty things like this, like murder threats.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Whew, you're right, let's make those days count. So I've got 3 more days to investigate, huh? Curiouser and curiouser, Monsieur Rabbit. But that will be a new day.